Is Phenomenan evil in Dispatch? He's introduced as the face of SDN and one of the strongest heroes in the universe, but gives off big Omni-Man vibes at first. Also, the music played when he first meets Robert doesn't really help his case. Thankfully, it seems like he's just painfully socially awkward and not another Omni-Man situation waiting to happen. Whose car did Phenomenan destroy in Dispatch? After Blonde Blazer breaks up with him, he's seen wandering the highways depressed before ending up lying on some random car in the parking lot. In the comic, it's revealed that the same car belongs to Flambe, who uses it to run over Waterboy. Oh well, it couldn't have happened to a more deserving hero. Who is the best girl in Dispatch? The game makes you choose between Blonde Blazer and Invisigal that each have their own issues. Blonde Blazer flirted with you while she was still dating Phenomenan, but she's the perfect poster hero, confident and charming while hiding a more sensitive alter ego that just wants to be loved for who she really is. On the other hand, Invisigal is blunt, sarcastic, and prone to random bouts of workplace violence. But she doesn't pretend to be perfect, and what you see is what you get. There are no wrong choices here, but who would you choose? Does Invisigal secretly work for Shroud? When Mecha Man raids Shroud's hideout, we never see how exactly the bomb got placed on his suit that eventually led to his retirement, but before he escapes, Toxic says,
"All going to plan. Now get out of there, babe."
it's possible he was talking to Invisigal, who had orders to plant the bomb on Mecha Man. And when he first joins the SDN, Blonde Blazer mentions that Invisigal turned herself in a few months back without any explanation, maybe out of guilt, or to become a spy on the inside for Shroud. Did you know Dispatch rewards you for being honest? If you choose to kiss Blonde Blazer, this is what happens if you tell Phenomenan the truth.
I kiss Blazer.
To the players complaining about the lack of male romance options, Phenomenan heard you loud and clear. Did you know Waterboy was actually a hardcore villain? Though he appears to be an innocent and bumbling wannabe hero, this stuttering janitor has a very dark past. If you end up choosing Waterboy instead of Phenomenan to join the Z-Team, and scroll through the team bios, Waterboy has a whole list of crimes including first-degree murder? I knew this dude was hiding something. Jokes aside, this appears to be a bug where it shows Coupe crimes instead. Your boy Waterboy is innocent after all. This is by far the most satisfying beatdown in Dispatch. After Mecha Man's suit is destroyed, he attends a news conference to announce his retirement and gets a question from this piece of garbage.
Most heroes avenge their family. You did the opposite. You killed their legacy. How disappointed would your dad be if he were here right now?
There's really only one option to choose here. He proceeds to get headbutted and stomped out on live TV, and the best part is the crowd even cheered. Did you know Flambe has a secret trick to cheat the leaderboard? On the list of hero rankings, it's surprisingly Flambe that holds the top spot out of all other Z-Team members. But how is he doing this? Well, he sometimes goes out on his own and sets his own fire, so he can then put it out and earn points for the leaderboard. This guy is a total fraud. This is every hero on Z-Team shown in Dispatch so far. Sonar, the Bat Boy conman. Flambe, the sunglasses at night guy. Invisigal, the smoker with asthma. Coupe, the merciless assassin. Punch Up, the strongest small man. Malevola, the devil from down under. Golem, the sentient construct. Prism, also known as Cardi C. And either Phenomenan or Waterboy, the stuttering janitor. Who's your favorite so far? Did you know that 99% of players didn't warn Blonde Blazer that her areola was showing? That has to be a bug, right? Apparently the dress was too small because she normally wears it in human form, which turns her into the 2 inches shorter brunette Blazer. Did you know Golem becomes a single dad in Dispatch? But it will only happen if you send him to deal with the baby kaiju incident and click the special option.
Oh dang, that's a baby right there. I know what I gotta do. I'm a dad now.
Did you notice that Beef's nose is an instant invisigal detector? Every time she goes invisible, Beef instantly gets a whiff of that distinct cigarette smell. Even when they have their team meeting and she's late, he knows exactly when Invisigal walks into the room. Hopefully nothing ever happens to Beef because he really is the best boy. Did you know if you pick Phenomenan over Waterboy to join the team, he will have much better stats but has one big weakness. He's so depressed after his breakup with Blonde Blazer that on the first mission he is sent on, he will go off course and say this.
Apologies. I thought I saw a blonde blazer in distress.
Phenomenan. I'm at the office.
Oh,
Did you know the heroes in Dispatch each have their own favorite teammate? Invisigal and Golem get along, and she even gets to ride on his back. Flambe and Prism bounce off each other well and hype each other up. Sonar and Malevola are best friends, and she helps him with his addictions. Punch Up and Coupe used to date and have lasting chemistry with one another. This is every person at SDN that knows Robert's true identity. Blonde Blazer recruited him to be a dispatcher knowing he was Mechaman. Waterboy recognized him in the lobby on his first day. Roy knew since he was in charge of fixing Mechaman's suit. Invisigal found out when she was eavesdropping on them in the conference room. Chase already knew since he was a former hero that worked with Robert's father. And finally, Sonar finds out in the kitchen while Robert and Invisigal are arguing. Did you know choosing water or alcohol to throw at Flambe will leave him with a different permanent injury? If you choose water, he will slip on the floor, hit his head on the counter, and lose one of his front teeth. And now every time you see him, he will be missing that same tooth. If you choose alcohol, he will get lit on fire and Punch Up will try and help him. And now every time you see him, his eyebrows will be burnt off. Did you know that Sonar knows Robert's true identity is Mechaman? When he runs into Invisigal in the break room, Sonar eavesdrops on their argument.
You wouldn't last a day as Mecha Man, because there isn't a mech suit in the universe that'll keep you from being a selfish fucking asshole.
Other than Invisigal, he's the only Z-Team member that knows, so if you choose to kick him instead of Coupe, do you think this will have consequences in the later episodes? Did you know that 92% of people chose to fist bump Roy mid-piss? This has to be a bug. This guy found a way to break every single bro code all at once. He uses the urinal directly beside you, turns around and makes eye contact, then offers a fist bump and does it all midstream. And then he refuses to wash his hands too. Which former villain turned hero in Dispatch had the worst crimes? Sonar mostly had drug and fraud related charges. Flambe, surprise surprise, is an arsonist. Golem appears to like vandalizing and disturbing the peace. Invisigal and Prism both have assault related charges. Malevola and Punch Up have more serious crimes like second-degree murder. And finally, the former assassin Coupe is the winner, with first-degree murder, kidnapping, and stalking all on the list. Did you notice that we finally see Prism's powers in action during the bar fight? At first, even Chase is confused by her abilities, which appear to weaponize light rays. Looks like she can use them to create illusions of herself or others, and even emits beams from her hands.
She temporarily blinded me! Fuck you mean temporarily? Bitch, you blind forever!
This is how Punch Up in Dispatch got his hero name. With the strength of 10 men behind each of his punches, his short stature gives him no choice but to punch up. Hopefully, he didn't destroy the future generations of Mecha Man with that one.
You wash your hands after touching all them filthy nutsacks?
Thought he seemed salty.
How is Robert Robertson so strong? He has no superpowers and no mecha suit, but even without both, he gets into hand-to-hand combat with multiple enhanced villains from the Red Ring and comes out on top every single time. This man isn't even in his physical prime after his coma, but he still kicks ass whether he's in the suit or not. Did you know Golem didn't go into the villain bar not because he's too big, but because he's actually underage? According to his hero profile, he's only 20 years old, so he's not even legally allowed to drink yet, but we still see Robert come out and hand him 2 cheap whiskeys that he downs in one gulp. Just another HR violation to throw into the ever-growing pile. Did you notice that Malevola was flirting with Robert during his housewarming party?
I'm not really in a party mood right now.
Not what it looks like to me with your tidy whities.
Okay, she just touched my...
She tries to take Robert for himself and even takes another swipe at the goods, all while Invisigal gives her the stink eye. Unfortunately, she doesn't appear to be romanceable in Dispatch, but I'm sure many would like to see that option available. Did you know that Robert's dad, also known as Astral, was kind of a dick? In the exclusive comics, he's hosting a backyard barbecue while Chase is trying to convince him to let Shroud into the Brave Brigade so the others can each get an augment. The whole vibe is they are only nice nice to him since he can build something they want, except for Astral, who already finessed the Astral Pulse. And when the mech suit accidentally turns on in the garage and his son gets injured, he coldly tells him to get up. Did you notice that Flambe was missing 2 fingers on his right hand? We already knew that Mechaman was the hero that took down Flambe when he was still a villain, but we never saw the fight itself until episode 5. Closer to the end of their encounter, Mechaman is backed into a corner by his flames, but manages to use his sword and take out a couple of Flambe's fingers. But most players, including myself, didn't even realize he was missing fingers in the first place, likely because his hands are either always on fire or balled up into a fist. Did you notice that Phenomenan doesn't help at all during the entire bar fight? He just sits there all depressed and drinks the entire time, and no one from the Red Ring even messes with him. He does help bring out the tacos after though, and appears to have finally gone over his breakup with Blonde Blazer at Robert's housewarming party up until this moment. Did you know you only get a special cutscene if you turn on QuickTime events? If you don't, during the bar fight, Robert uses a broken piece of the mirror to deflect the guy's fire breath back at him. If you do and fail it on purpose, Sonar will come to your rescue with powder still on his nose. And if you picked Coupe instead, she will knock him out and proceed to throw up on you. Did you know that Waterboy gets his revenge on Flambe? This guy threw spaghetti in his face and ran him over with his car, but if you choose Waterboy to join the team during the first dispatch, he finally gets some payback.
Water and fire, the most best combo. Huddle, guys, watch. Look out. Why the fuck am I all wet?
Here is a dispatch Easter egg you definitely missed. When Robert enters the villain bar and goes to the counter, Invisigal is trying to flag down the bartender for a drink. Did you miss it? Let's go back and zoom in. It might just be a coincidence, but doesn't the bartender look just like Moist Critical? So along with being the voice actor for Sonar, he also gets a cameo in the game. Did you expect Flambe to be this strong? His introduction at the hero bar made him look like a total clown, and picking either water or alcohol both have him look completely incompetent. But in his flashback fight against Mechaman, he's a totally different animal. Flambe moves at insane speeds, surrounds his body in fire, and blasts flames strong enough to almost break through Mechaman's shields. His only mistake is getting too close, right into Mechaman's range. But after seeing the whole fight, Flambe is way stronger than anyone gives him credit for. Did you know that telling the team that you're Mechaman can completely change the story? If you come clean, Flambe will try and incinerate you, fails, the team laughs at him, and he rage quits. He won't show up the next day and you're forced to dispatch one hero down. But later he shows up late to Robert's party and claims he's on the path to forgiveness. If you don't reveal your identity, Flambe is still suspicious, but opens up and tells you his real name, Chad. But during his argument with Invisigal, Chase reveals that you are Mechaman to everyone except Flambe. He arrives late to the party and is now the only one that doesn't know the truth. If you choose this path, everything points to there being bigger consequences when he finally finds out. How strong is Blonde Blazer? She is the head of the Torrance branch at SDN, but we haven't seen her in combat much. We know she can shoot energy beams from her hands, has both super strength and invulnerability, along with the ability to fly. She can also down pure alcohol like it's water. We have definitely not seen her full potential yet, but it's clear she's one of the strongest heroes in Dispatch by far, alongside Phenomenan. Did you know that Robert gets saved by Waterboy? If you choose to reveal you are Mechaman, Flambe tries to incinerate you, but if Phenomenan is on your team, Malevola casually throws some water on Flambe to douse the flames. Now if you chose Waterboy, he actually comes to your defense. The stuttering SDN janitor has really come a long way. Do you think Invisigal still could be the traitor working for Shroud? At the villain bar, she is confronted by a member of the Red Ring who says,
"There's some people that want to talk to you, bitch."
Though based on her willingness to risk her own life to retrieve the astral pulse, the most likely scenario is she previously worked for Shroud and planted the bomb on the Mechaman suit, but genuinely felt bad afterwards and wanted to become a hero to try and atone for her past deeds. Did you notice that the same goon being choked by Malevola's tail was also choked out by Robert when he infiltrated Shroud's hideout? He even says this,
"Just so you know, I'm super into this."
So either he got excited when Robert did it the first time, or the demon lady's tail tale gave him an unexpected awakening. How did Robert get the scar on his ear? This is actually revealed in the comics, where Robert's dad is having a barbecue when Robert accidentally activates the mecha suit in the garage. It identifies him as a threat, and Chase uses his powers to sprint from the backyard into the shed and grab him before he is shot. But he wasn't fast enough, and one of the bullets had grazed Robert's ear. Did you know that the Yachty crew weren't trying to get freaky with Malevola?
Old money crew of ascot wearing cokeheads. Skylar Arcadia runs it now. 3 generations that family's been trying to finger me.
It actually means they've been trying to get her convicted of a crime.
What are they accusing you of?
You're cute.
The Dispatch season finale preview is out, and here's what we know. There are no appearances of Chase. The rest of the Z-Team want Invisigal off the team, maybe because they find out she's a traitor, or because she was reckless and Chase died as a result. They get overrun, and all heroes need to be dispatched, including Blonde Blazer. It's all-out war against the Red Ring, and we finally hear Shroud's voice.
Heroes are the past. Mega Man.
Did you know that Blonde Blazer is the worst dispatcher of all time? When a field test of the Mega Man suit goes wrong, an explosion sends Robert to the hospital, and with no employee to fill in, Blonde Blazer takes on the dispatcher role, but her decisions leave even Golem flabbergasted.
So, I'm no dispatch dude, but I don't know if sending Malevola to sub at Sunday school was the move.
Did you know that you can friend zone Blonde Blazer with this secret dialogue option? It only appears if you choose to go on a date with Mandy, but don't end up kissing her. Then when Blonde Blazer sees you in the change room, you can say this.
Yeah, listen, we work together. Let's put a pin in this.
Okay. Have a good shift. What the fuck?
Did you know that if you don't reveal you're a Mecha Man to the Z-Team, the next day when you're testing your new suit, only Invisigal shows up to watch? But if you reveal your identity, then everyone other than Flambe will show up, but not for the reason Robert expects.
I appreciate you coming to see this. Your support means a lot.
More than a lot. It means 936 American dollars. Cash, lad.
We're only here because these broke asses want proof before they pay.
That actually makes way more sense.
In Dispatch, everyone has their own unique way to eat tacos. You can sauce them up like a normal person, or if you're sonar, you can find a nice cockroach for some extra flavor, or if you're coupe, you can give it a more personal sauce. Did Chase really die? His powers let him move 50 times faster, but he also ages 50 times faster. But the time he took to rescue Invisigal wasn't nearly long enough to directly cause his death from old age, though maybe the strain on his body while using his powers led him to suffer a heart attack. We will soon find out the truth. Did you know that Phenomenan used to have a different name? On his home planet, he was given the name Katan-Ur, but upon arriving to Earth, he was first given another name.
When I first arrived on Earth, the ladies at the Nordstrom rack I worked at called me Dumpy due to my large posterior.
Did you know that Blonde Blazer has to be the absolute GOAT? When Robert is captured by Shroud and surrounded by his goons at the villain bar, she single-handedly tracks him down with no backup at all and is ready to fight to the death to save him. She honestly has me reconsidering my romance option after this scene.
I can see I'm outnumbered. That eventually I would fall. But by my read, I'm taking a lot of you with me.
What happens when Robert overhears someone talking about motorboating Blonde Blazer? Right after meeting with the Z-Team, who tried to convince him to kick Invisigal, Robert ends up at the same villain bar from the night before. He looks like he's about to snap at any second, but only loses it when the bartender starts talking crazy about Blonde Blazer.
Cheers, fellas, to the fucking dream. To 5 minutes with the tightest ass in all of LA County.
Did you know that Shroud finally takes off the mask and reveals his true identity? Many people speculated that Shroud could have been Robert's father or one of the other heroes, but the truth is, it's just Elliot Connors, the guy everyone said he was from the very first episode. Did you know that Shroud lied about how he killed Robert's father? He claimed he took Robbie's own revolver and shot him 5 times, making himself sound like some cold-blooded badass, but in reality, he first challenges Robbie to a fight in his mech suit and gets dropped by his bare hands. And after getting humiliated, Shroud shows up with a revolver, fires a single shot that hits him in the chest, and leaves. Why can't Shroud tell which one is the real astral pulse? When he uses Beef as a hostage, you are forced to hand over the astral pulse, but you have the option to give either the real one, the fake one, or both. If you choose to give the fake one, then Shroud can instantly tell. But if you choose to give both, he says this.
What the fuck is this, Robert?
You said you wanted the astral pulse. I gave it to you. One of those is it.
They look fucking identical, Robert.
It's confirmed that Invisigal was the traitor that planted the bomb on Mecha Man's suit. She tells Robert herself in the SDN locker room, claiming Shroud had an augment that could increase her lung capacity, and she could repay all her debt from it if she was able to place a bomb on the back of Mecha Man undetected. This appears to be one of the few theories that the community did ultimately get correct. Did you know that Blonde Blazer is the strongest hero in Dispatch? On the final shift, if you fail enough missions, Blonde Blazer swoops in and becomes a dispatchable hero, and her stats are insane. She is stronger, faster, and more durable than even Phenomenan. Whoever created the amulet that gives her powers needs to be found and put to work. Did you know there are at most 2 members that are against kicking Invisigal off the Z team? Her best friend Golem will always take her side since they have max synergy together, and surprisingly flambe only if he tries to incinerate you, because even after that you let him back on the team. The one neutral member is Phenomenan.
I only came in as I thought we were playing Magic the Gathering tonight. I am hoping we still may.
Do you think Blonde Blazer's amulet is the most overpowered item in Dispatch? It instantly gives the user superhuman strength, durability, the ability to fly, and energy projection. It can also somehow heal the user's medical conditions and allows them to use their powers alongside the amulets. The only other item that compares is the Astral Pulse, which is arguably more impressive since it is man-made, but its potential is clearly not fully utilized inside the mech suit. Did you know that Roy was originally supposed to be a dispatchable hero? He had transformative powers that increased his size and strength, but they were later scoped out of the game aside from his massive strength, and he instead became Robert's trusty robotics man with his own secret lab in the SDN basement. How did Shroud end up taking Beef hostage? This guy was getting ganged up on by every member of the Z team along with a cracked out Chase. He then gets flung into the air, and Robert even pulls out the finishing move and Kamehameha Shroud right onto the roof of the SDN building. But not only does he survive, somehow Beef ends up as his hostage. I thought he was safe inside the SDN hospital room. Does Shroud have a teleporting goon we don't know about? Did you know that Phenomenan has a special interaction with Blonde Blazer? If you unlock her during the final dispatch, you can pair her alongside Phenomenan to unlock the following voice line.
Ah, Blazer, you're looking well.
Same to you, Phenomenan.
I still have your hairbrush. I've been using it to comb my mustache.
Oh, why don't you just keep that then?
Did you know that this match had many more spicy scenes, but they were all cut from the final game? The only one that seemed to make it was Invisigal's dream. There has to be at least one Blonde Blazer scene in there, considering that entire storyline consists of wholesome moments only. Maybe there's even a secret Malevola scene in there, you never know. Did you notice that Punch Up is the perfect counter to Toxic? Unlike the other villains that at least have some padding to defend against his signature move, Toxic has it all hanging out. So the fight between them ends exactly like what you would expect. Did you notice that Prism blinded the same dude twice? It must have been temporary the first time, but the second time around she got him at point blank range.
Bitch, you blind forever!
Did you know in Dispatch, during the flashback when Chase asks you what you want from the store, if you choose beer, Chase will instead bring you back malt liquor because he knows it tastes nasty. If you choose cigars, Chase will bring a pack back, but he will tell you to
light it up, then inhale that shit.
Why does it burn?
Either way, he still gets you 1 pack of Twinkies, but if you choose Twinkies, he promises to get you 2, but instead brings back a whole box. Did you know in Dispatch, during the final fight against Shroud, if you chose Waterboy, you will get this cutscene.
Fuck.
I'm helping!
But if you chose Phenomenan, this will play instead.
Fuck.
I'm going to make love to you now.
Did you know in Dispatch, Toxic remembers what you did to him in the opening scene? If you chose to pull him back up from the balcony, you can choose this dialogue option.
I should have dropped you on your head when I had the chance.
Oh, is that what your mom did? To you when you were a baby?
But if you chose to drop him, you can say this instead.
Last time we met, you ended up in a dumpster. I'm gonna make sure this time you can't walk out.
Right. When I tricked you into taking me to your pathetic little lair?
This is everyone's reaction to the invisigal romance ending in Dispatch.
Someone is attracted to Robert. And you lock that down, Robert, because it's never going to happen again.
Did you know in Dispatch, if you romance Invisigal, then you never find out Blonde Blazer's powers come from her amulet. So when Chase saves you from Shroud, she reveals her true identity.
You're not the only one who wasn't born with powers.
But if you go on a date with Mandy, then you already know, so she says this instead.
You're the only one I told about my amulet, so I figured he wouldn't see it coming.
Did you know Shroud respects women? Depending on who you cut from the team, they join Shroud and ambush you, so when Blonde Blazer shows up to save Robert, if you pick Sonar, he gets smacked.
Oh, shit.
Not disrespect one of the last true heroes.
But if you picked Coupe, he just stares menacingly at her.
No, if...
Okay, Mom.
She's fucking bluffing.
Did you know in Dispatch, if you leave Invisigal tied up and confront Thumbstick alone with the taser, she tries to get you killed.
Hey, Thumbstick! Behind you!
But if you untie her, she helps you instead and hits him from the back. Did you know that Shroud snitches on you if you try to romance both Invisigal and Blonde Blazer? This dialogue only triggers if you go on the date with Mandy and also lean into Invisigal in the locker room. Then when he forces you to give up the astral pulse, he says this.
I knew you'd fall for them both. Because you're the only man in the world to be with Blonde Blazer and think you deserve more.
Does Invisigal become the new Shroud in Dispatch? If you push her away and don't untie her, you unlock the Invisigal villain ending, where she takes out Shroud herself and takes his mask before giving Robert the astral pulse back. Will she go back to being a normal villain, or try and take his place as the leader of the Red Ring? Did you know in Dispatch, the graffiti Robert sees on the dumpster is actually the name of the band that plays during his housewarming party? But if copyrighted music is turned on, then this banger plays instead.
I wake up exhausted, even in the morning, like I'm made out of decaf, I'm barely running.
Did you know in Dispatch, if you glass the bartender when he starts talking about motorboating Blonde Blazer, then Shroud gives you props and blows the dude himself. But if you choose to let it go, he can't believe his prediction powers were wrong.
Fuck's up with this guy?
Hey, I'm great at predicting things, and I can't believe he let that go.
Did you know in Dispatch, when Shroud ambushes Robert at the villain bar, ties him upside down, then beats him to find out where the astral pulse is, you can tell him you don't have it and he doesn't believe you, or you can threaten him.
I'll kill you. That's cute.
But if you choose to spit in his face, you get trolled.
Gross.
Did you notice that Shroud is the biggest Blonde Blazer fan? Every time she comes up in conversation, he glazes her.
I respect her. Real fucking superhero.
So when she shows up in person, he can't help but admire a true hero.
No, that's a fucking superhero.
And if you try to romance both Invisigal and Blazer, he will even get offended for her.
I knew you'd fall for them both. Because you're the only man in the world to be with Blonde Blazer and think you deserve more.
Did you know that you can fist bump Royd again in the hospital? Most players get this cutscene where he ignores you and walks away. But that was actually a bug. And now if you fist bump him in the washroom when you first meet, and pick the I believe in you option, you unlock this cutscene.
Thank you.
What happens if you reach max career rank in Dispatch? If you romance Invisigal, once you successfully complete every mission, Blonde Blazer says this.
If you're trying to impress me, it's working.
But if you romance Blazer, she says this instead.
I swear, this is all you. I mean, it's not because you're... Maybe it's time to let HR know.
Did you know in Dispatch, the SDN phone number shown during Phenomeman's commercial actually works in real life? If you call the number, this is what you hear.
Hi, this is Blonde Blazer. Thank you for calling the Torrance branch of Superhero Dispatch Network, your #1 source for superpowered problem solvers. If this is an emergency, hang up and dial our emergency line. Be aware that this call may be recorded for quality assurance and marketing purposes.
Is Chase the new strongest hero in Dispatch? When Robert's about to be destroyed by Shroud's spider mech, he's saved by Chase, who's wearing Blazer's amulet. The amulet already gives the wearers superhuman strength, durability, the ability to fly, and energy projection. Now pair it with Chase, a man with super speed, and you have the ultimate hero. And on top of that, while wearing the amulet, Chase doesn't even appear to age anymore. Does Flambe secretly have a crush on Robert Robertson III?
Yo, man, word in the hallways is you went on a date. That true?
You jealous or something? Look, if you wanted to grab dinner, all you had to do is ask.
Yeah. You're not my type.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Waterboy has really come a long way since the very first episode. The stuttering janitor that could barely look at someone without shaking in his boots is now smashing SDN vending machines out of pure rage. He even uses his powers to take out a couple of Red Ring goons and appears fearless even in the face of Shroud and his giant spider mech. Did you know in Dispatch, after Chase sacrificed himself to save Invisigal and falls into a coma, there's a unique cutscene depending on the hero you chose as they each learn about Chase's fate. If you chose Phenomenan, you'll find him depressed and drinking on the moon while staring back at the earth. But if you chose Waterboy, he'll be in the janitor's closet, curled up in his safe space. Did you know that Sonar was never meant to be playable in Dispatch? He was originally supposed to be a one-off gag, a random Batman that shows up in the background making loud noises while Invisigal and Robert are arguing in the kitchen, but everyone on the team loved his design so much that he eventually took on a bigger role and turned into the crypto bro human bat hybrid we see today. Why wasn't Punch Up worried when Prism had a knife at his throat? Well, she can't cut him even if she wanted to because Punch Up has the power of pycnokinesis, meaning that he can control his own density. A higher density makes his skin harder to penetrate, but the only downside is that he has to make a conscious effort to activate this power, so he can't get caught off guard by surprise attacks. What happens if you let Robert make his own decisions in Dispatch? If you let the timer run out, he won't kiss Blonde Blazer, he won't brofist Royd, he will cut Sonar and recruit Phenomenan. Robert will go to dinner with Blazer and choose to tell the team that he's Mecha Man. He will also cut Invisigal from the team and leave her tied up, so when he gives Shroud both astral pulses, the Invisigal villain ending will play out. And at the end of the game, Robert will end up with Blazer. Did you know you only get this special cutscene if you turn on QuickTime events? If you don't, during the bar fight, the whole team gangs up on Armstrong, ending with Robert and Invisigal breaking both his arms. If you do and fail it on purpose, Invisigal will take the initiative and break both arms herself. Did you notice in Dispatch, at Robert's house party, if you dance with Blonde Blazer, you can see in real time as Invisigal's smile fades into sadness. But if you dance with Invisigal, Blazer doesn't give it a second look, and instead it's Chase looking disapprovingly in the background. Did you know in Dispatch, Waterboy can build max synergy with only one other member depending on who you cut from the team? If you cut Sonar, then pairing Waterboy with Malevola has him using her portals to spray water out of. If you cut Coupe, then pairing Waterboy with Punch Up has him using his water to speed up Punch Up's special move. Did you notice that Dispatch is all about subverting expectations? Phenomenan appears to be a Superman clone, but he's just a socially awkward alien trying to adapt to human customs. The mysterious villain that never takes off his mask is eventually revealed to be exactly who they said he was in the very first episode, and Mecha Man, a hero that appears to be reliant on his mech suit, but even without it he's tough as hell, and not afraid to put his real body on the line. Did you know in Dispatch, Phenomenan can build max synergy with only one other member member, depending on who you cut from the team. If you cut Sonar, then pairing Phenomenan with Malevola has him using her portals to catch the enemy off guard. If you cut Coupe, then pairing Phenomenan with Punch Up has him fastball special punch up straight at the enemy. Did you know in Dispatch, whoever you cut from the team comes back to fight you in the final episode, and they each reveal why you should have kept them instead? If you cut Sonar, then he says this.
Keeping Coupe over me? You're actually so dumb, dude. You know she was stealing toilet paper from the office?
But if you cut Coupe, she is flat out disgusted.
You fire me, a literal assassin, for some moronic bumfuck bat boy? He shits in the parking lot.
Do you think Robertson has a dad bod?
Just get your shirt on, dad bod.
This guy is pretty toned, and if anything, he's a bit underweight. Did the definition change or something? Because if that's what's considered a dad bod nowadays, I don't even want to know what I have. Did you know in Dispatch, so many people got the invisigal villain ending that the developers had to clarify that there isn't any bug? Many players were confused when they took every choice favoring invisigal, only for her to end up taking out Shroud regardless. But according to the team, succeeding or failing as Invisigal's mentor is not solely tied to the choices you make as Robert, but also the decisions you make as her dispatcher across the season shifts. Did you know in Dispatch, after Robert reminisces about the times Chase used to babysit him and get him all the Twinkies he wanted, Blonde Blazer will hand you $5 for whatever you want at the vending machine. But if you are romancing Blazer, she gives you the money and an extra kiss that makes the scene so much sweeter.